Hi everyone, so today we are looking at the PFA Color Suite for Final Cut. The AI color grading plugin for Final Cut is coming very soon in 2 weeks, so let's take a look. So these are the three shots that we have here. So I won't show you the AI engine yet because we are still closing the loops between the syncing between DaVinci, Premiere Pro, After Effects, and Final Cut. There's still some final tweaking because all the math across all the plugins are very different. We need to synchronize them. So they still need 2 more weeks to refine, but I'm going to show you how the manual color grading process is, and this perhaps change and elevate Final Cut to a whole new level and beat DaVinci Resolve even some groundbreaking tools. So altogether, if you can see, it altogether consists of 14 toolkits that consist of 170 parameters to create a grade. This is the most advanced color grading system built for Final Cut yet, and all is built on 32-bit float math. You will understand how good it is. Look at the entire engines setup: correction engine, contrast engine, color engine, mixer engine. These are the engines that are gonna follow the step-by-step color grading process. So when you go to correction engine, you just need to increase the De-Logify, lower the log exposure, and this fine-tuning itself immediately you can get a very nice log to resolution 9. This means that it's future-proof. Be it whatever camera, Arri Alexa down to DJI Pocket 3, Pocket 4, it will work flawlessly. No more waiting for color space transform. And nothing is better than 32-bit float. This is 100% 32-bit float math, the most truthful representation of your data. So you can even have the built-in scopes that is built in for you to grade your grade, and you can play back at smooth speed. This is exactly the same setup at DaVinci Resolve, but because it's entirely metal accelerated, it's even faster than our DaVinci Resolve version. Okay. So let's take a look at next step, correction exposure. That's why the AI functions, we are still refining it, but the analysis will analyze the frame and do the grade for you. You can use the vectorscope, you can use the freeform, you can do your own manual adjustments, and correction white balance is pretty balanced shot. You look at maybe the blue, I'm going to increase a little bit of the blue balance so that we massage a little bit so that RGB parade is the best way for you to nail the white balance. When the 3 channels are elevating at the same curve and height, they are white balanced. Okay. Once done, we have the new addition in 15.2 correction print. This is where it really converts your entire digital video to film. So here you can choose your negative intensity, and this is 32-bit float as well. It's not LUT at all. So you look at the file size. Our installation file is only 5 megabytes. For one single LUT at 65 cube, it will be at least 30 to 40 megabytes. And this is a true proof of engine that is 32-bit float into Final Cut. And I think I will change my workflow very soon. So once you have done for example, I choose Eterna and the combination of codec 5386, I'm pretty happy with the result. So this is the before and after. We have already converted the digital video to film, but we strip away the native saturation. So now we go to the color grading phase. You can use the contrast engine. Just one single adjustment on the red contrast, we will bring back the native sensor data, and we can look at how just that one single tap, we are able to create and bring the most organic look into the frame. And look at how nice the saturation is. It's pretty natural. So this is the first step. Next, we can go to film tonal curve. We can increase the black point, as well as maybe the shadow softness. This will introduce the milky gray in the shadows. So they work exactly the same way as our DaVinci Resolve. For film split tone, you can split the hue and turn them into different color. You can switch. So this is how you do a separate treatment for shadows, midtone, and highlight. You can do that. But in this case, I don't really want to use film split tone. So once done, we can move on to the color engine. Here we have color swap. You have all the mask system exactly built in. You can see where the range is, selection is. You can change the hue, etc. This is the best kind of tools that ever have made for Final Cut Pro. And you can look at the greens here. So we can turn on the green mask. It's telling Final Cut, hey, where exactly are the greens in the shot? So I can increase the range, and then I can change the green hue. I can turn them into more cyan color. I can make them more saturated. That's why it's called color swap. It's swapping colors. Color density is working as a subtractive engine. As you increase more, you will go in the opposite direction. As you increase global density, you will actually darken the pixel at the same time. Look at how you make our greens much deeper. This is where you are creating saturation at the same time creating that very organic look to the frame. You can change the yellow density as well. Instantly look at what we have done here. We pop the whole image and introduce the cinematic grading. And no matter how much, even with the overlay or scope, we are still playing back at full speed. That's absolutely insane, right? Next, we can go to color scheme. This is where you're nailing your skin tone. So you turn on them, still refining certain things. it's not as good as our DaVinci version. You can change the skin hue, you can change how fair and how bright your skin is, and just look at that one single tweak. We are able to fix the skin to make sure it's along the skin tone line. That's how powerful this every reference and the feature is. Next, we are looking at a film mixer engine. This is where we bring the film Glaze, which brings the cinematic punch to the image. Just look at increase the creamy depth, increase the wetness volume. Look at how great it brings that punch to the entire image, to bring the entire image to life. Okay. Last but not least, we have the film mixer. This is where we have built-in palettes, for example, like teal and orange palette, teal and pink palette. Look at what it does to the image. It will massage the entire palette that is scattered over the image to form a very distinct color palette. And that is how powerful this entire engine is. And the separate engines below is there to, for example, I reduce red, I will actually massage the red pixels into cyan, and that's how I create those cyan shots into the frame. And that's how crazy this entire system is. We can just do that and isolation and create such a phenomenal result. And we can go to teal and pink as well. It's totally dependent on the taste and preference. And here I'm just going to push a little bit of small cyan into the shot. Last but not least, we have film separation. You see you have a palette built here. You want to stretch the color palette along the axis. So you can increase the red and cyan axis. You will stretch the palette you have created. At the same time, you can use other sliders to bring back those details that are missing. For example, magenta and green, blue and yellow. You will stretch the vector scope to form a formulated palette. And you can use the hue to adjust the reference and the things you have done. And every single parameter, get right click to reset it. So once it's done, let's look at how far we have gone. And film printer lights is where it's doing a three-dimensional injection of color better than depth map. So you look at the white area, that's where we're going to apply these printer lights. We can add green, we can add yellow. Look at how it's naturally injecting colors only in those areas that is being masked. So now let's look at the before and look at the after. We holistically bring a very cinematic image to life. Next, we can try be the gray to the another one. And look at how holistic the gray is able to work across the shots. Look at the before, look at the after. This is the power of 32-bit math. It doesn't, no matter what image camera you throw at it, because it's 32-bit flow, it will stay intact. Look at this completely shot in different day, different time, and look at, we can go down to the individual parameters. Let's increase the global red density. Let's turn on the mask, and let's have more of the selection. And let's increase the red density to pop the image more. Of course, if you want to select more on the shirt, you can reduce it so that it doesn't affect the skin. Then that's how powerful you can reshape the entire look of the image. And let's make the red slightly deeper. We can even use the global density to do a separation, right? And we make a very nice denseness to the shirt, okay? So that's how powerful this entire engine is. You are able to play at full lifetime playback speed with all this stacking of notes and with the vector scope. That's insane, right? So this is coming very soon, in just 2 weeks. The features are in, but we are now synchronizing the AI system. So next time, hopefully I can show you the grade with AI power. Basically, once you've done the grade, you can click AI training. You will train your grade and you can generate a look based on that. If you want to know how it works, look at the DaVinci Resolve video. It will show you how it's normally done. Okay, that's all for this episode. I hope you understand how powerful PFA Color Suite is. Now is the last wall to break, which is Final Cut. And I think once that's done, I will go on to more of an editing chain. So we're going to focus more. We are going soon to start talking about the PFA editing suite, and that will be a very exciting journey ahead. So that's all for this episode. You can download the free trial. One license unlocks all softwares, unlike our competitors. On one machine, you will unlock your DaVinci Resolve, you will unlock your Final Cut, Adobe Premiere, and After Effects at the same time. Make sure you use the code 1026 to enjoy 57% off. So that's all for this episode. My name is Nash, Passion Views Ambition. I shall see you in the next one.